Edwina Bell, host of Community Communications Corporation, here at the ribbon cutting ceremony for the Boys and Girls Club. And here our newly elected president of City Council, Dr. Shabazz. Dr. Shabazz, why are you here? What's the purpose of the day? And you've been here when Darius Brown was active in this whole endeavor, and now you see it come to fruition.
That's correct, exactly. You know, I'm so excited I can hardly talk, because I know what this club means to the children in this 3rd district, as well across the city. My children, my grandchildren from Southbridge come over here for after-school activities, and knowing that there's going to be a cool place for them, a safe haven, nice and cool out of the elements during the summer, a new basketball court, and some of the other things renovations that took place. I mean, everyone wants to come into a place that's sparkling, beautiful, and well maintained. So this is going to be a lot to the children over here, that somebody cared enough to do this for us, you know, to fix it up so that we can have a nice place to come. And that's what our children need, is to see that we do care. You know, put our money where our mouth is what I say. Exactly. So I'm excited that we, the city, could do what we could, and the other partners that came to the table to make sure this happened. This is what Wilmington is all about. This is what community is all about. And I know that this is just one small indication of it, and that more is to come as we continue to do the things that we know is necessary for the betterment of our children and our families.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Shabazz, and continue the great work.
Thank you very much.
Here with us are the council members and the person who are responsible for implementing and making sure this thing continues to grow. Please state your name and why you're here and what's the purpose of the day.
Hi, my name is Xanthia Oliver. I'm the councilwoman for the 3rd District. The purpose of the day was just to do a ribbon cutting. This was ongoing efforts from Darius Brown, but they never had a ribbon cutting. They just finally completed the upgraded work they need done in here. The building was vandalized, so they redid the pool, some work in the locker room, the heating system. So they just updated the whole building, and it's an old building. So I think it was a really good day, and it turned out very well.
And these are two of our newest council women who've joined the city council here. And what a beautiful thing to have women in progress who are making a difference. State your name and why you're here.
Oh, I'm Yolanda McCoy, 6th District. The reason why I'm here is actually to support my fellow council person, Xanthia Oliver, and also to get a chance to look at Fletcher Brown Boys and Girls Club again. My son came here to practice for many seasons playing football, and it does bring back memories. And I just wanted to make certain that I support this community, because Wilmington is way too small to just be isolated silos. We want to support one another.
Thank you so much, ladies, and keep up the good work.
And I'd like to thank you, Ms. Bell, because you're always active in the community.
Oh, yes,
I'm surprised you haven't ran for office, and when you do, let me know so I can
I sure will. I sure will. No.
No.
When God tells me, no problem. Guess what? People who are in office, who leave office, it's a beautiful thing when they can come back and see their work and their hard dreams come into play. And here we have former council member Darius Brown to talk about his vision and the implementation and now the fruition of this vast improvement at the Boys and Girls Club. What does that mean to you?
It means all the world to me. So I just want to thank Councilwoman Xanthia Oliver for completing this project. It is all about the work and not the individual. And she has been a great council person for the 3rd Council District, and she's committed to H. Fletcher Brown, which is our boys club for the Northeast area. It's an institution that we have to preserve and make sure that it becomes a safe haven for all of our children and grandchildren here in the Northeast area. And so through her leadership, we're now able to have a brand new basketball floor for the gymnasium. They've resurfaced the swimming pool floor, and there's other renovations that are currently taking place. She's also been able to work with the Boys and Girls Club and State Senator Bobby Marshall on replacing the HVAC system that was stolen about 1.5 years ago from here. So, you know, I just want to thank her for continuing to work in the 3rd District to build better neighborhoods.
And one other question. I know that there are a lot of agencies in the city and the state who would dream of having $95,000 to improve their facility. What partnerships were crucial to make this happen?
The partnerships was the leadership of the city working with the Boys and Girls Club and the state to really look at the resources that were available and how they could put those resources together. No one had enough to do it all, but they worked together to meet the need of the HVAC system being stolen here, and then just years of repair that needed to be done with the swimming pool and the basketball court. So all the kudos and credit goes to Councilwoman Xanthia Oliver for her great work in getting this project done.
Well, thank you so much, and continue the great work that you do in your private life.
Joe Pantalea, Executive Director of the Madison Square Boys and Girls Club, and we're here because we know George. We know George's hard work. We can support him. He's also going to take us to the new building, the new clubhouse. So we're going to take a look at that and just kind of try to steal some ideas if we can.
Steve Melton, Madison Square Boys and Girls Club Associate Executive Director. George Kupansky is not only a colleague, but he's been a friend for over 25 years. So if George says, come down and visit me and take a look at some of the great things I'm doing, we're going to be here to support him. So it's always good, as Joe said, to get best practices and find out how we can do things a little bit differently in New York. You can learn something wherever you go, Mama said.
You're hearing it from the horse's mouth, whether it be in Delaware, Philadelphia, or New York City. When we all stand together, work together, we can survive together. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful day out here. First, I'd like to acknowledge all my council members. If y'all could raise your hand. And then the other, Councilwoman McCoy, Councilwoman Ms. Dixon, Councilwoman Dixon, and then the other public officials. You can raise your hand from other offices. We have Raina here from Lisa Blunt, Rochester's office. Thanks a lot for coming out. I'd like to thank all the media for coming. Okay, today we're here. We're hosting a ribbon cutting for H. Fletcher Brown Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club of Delaware was awarded a $95,000 grant, $95,000 grant, which was to upgrade H. Fletcher Brown facility with the City of Wilmington, City of Wilmington. They upgraded a new gymnasium floor, repaired pool lighting, surfaces, swimming pool floor. They repaired showers, locker rooms, and installed a new HVA system. The H. Fletcher Brown's Boys and Girls Club has served the Northeast Wilmington area for more than 70 years and continues to provide child care and team-related programs to hundreds of children in the community each week. With that being said, I'd like to introduce Mr. George Kupansky, the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Delaware. In February 1990, Mr. Kupansky was appointed Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Wilmington. Since this time, the organization has expanded its membership and included girls, opening 39 additional locations, resulting in growing the numbers of youth served from 3,200 to 30,000 youth, and 41 locations statewide. Let's give him a hand up.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Thank all of you for joining us today. We very much appreciate you turning out here. You know, the H. Fletcher Brown Boys and Girls Club has a long history, as you heard Councilwoman Oliver mention, that services to young people in this neighborhood has made a difference to so many in their lives. Some of them are here in this audience. Jeff Starkey was a Boys and Girls Club kid. This gentleman here is telling me he attended. Maybe some of you did as well. And originally, the H. Fletcher Brown Club was on the far corner of this property, and then was rebuilt over here on this location in 1970. With the support of the community, our businesses, our donors, with the support, generous support of the city, and also with the support of the state, we would continue to be able to make a difference in the lives of young people. Today we're celebrating the renovations that has taken place, particularly with the grant by the city, as you heard, in terms of all the work that we were able to achieve. But we're also, in addition to that, the state, through Senator Marshall's help, was very instrumental in helping us get the new HVAC units on the roof. Some of you may recall about a year and a half ago, they were stolen, believe it or not. Literally taken off and sold for salvage. We intended not to let those Scrooges spoil our Christmas, because it was the week of Christmas. And the community responded, the city responded, the state responded, and we're very supportive and appreciate that a great, great deal. With that, I'll just kind of close my remarks, and would you like me to introduce John, or turn it back to you? So with that, again, thank you all for your support.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and keep up the good work. And next we have John Wellens, which is the president of the Boys and Girls Club of Delaware. John is the president of the Boys and Girls Club of Delaware. As a member of the executive team, Mr. Wellens works closely with the board executive committee and the CEO to ensure the organization achieves its mission through strategy, development, and implementing the sounds of business practices. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much. This is indeed a great day to be here to celebrate the changes and improvements we've been able to make to this club, and a number of folks here that who've already been introduced. Another gentleman, former Councilman Darius Brown, was also involved in helping us secure the community development block grant funding through the city, which really has helped us renovate the club and make it more accessible to our teenagers. I think that probably the most important thing that we were able to do here was to put in HVAC cooling into our teen center. And that'll particularly help us in the summertime when instead of going into a hot box of sorts, they're going to be able to come into a place that is nice and cool and very attractive to them. We are very fortunate to have, as George said, the support of the city as well as the state of Delaware that really helps us do more and serve these young people who need us so much here in this community. And it goes beyond just the elected officials to the community members and others who really help us out so much and think first of the kids. So echo everything that George said, and thank you very much to the city as well as to the state.
Thank you so much. Next, we have the director of this club, Ms. Denise Brown. Is she here? Ms. Brown, would you like to say a couple words, please? Sure. Thanks for showing me your facility, and you do a lot of good work over here.
Good morning. I'm Danielle Benson. I am the unit director here at the H. Fletcher Brown Boys and Girls Club. Every day is an exciting day, and it's wonderful to know that we have the support of the city and the state as we really just work to improve our community, for our children, for our parents, and just really overall. So I cannot thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. We are ever so grateful for the change that you allow us to affect in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. This next person needs no introduction, but I have to say this. I grew up on 802 East 17th Street for over 30 years. My aunt lived there for over 60 years. She's passed away now, so this is really a memorable moment for me. I lived right on that corner for years. This next gentleman, I worked for him down Legislative Hall for years, so I did get some training from him, and he taught me well. No introduction, this is one of my favorite friends, Senator Robert Marshall.
Thank you, Xanthia. You're not only the new council member for the East Side, but now the godmother. Now, what many of you may not know, the council members and those who are here today, is that by being here, you've agreed to swim one lap across. Are we ready to do that? It's such an honor to be here, where back growing up as a kid, I started at Jackson Street at the Boys Club. And I mean, it brings back memories of many of a basketball game when I worked my way through the ranks. So we'd come over here to Brown, and we'd crush their basketball team. We'd go to People's Settlement, Kingswood. One year we went undefeated in the senior city league division. So it brings back a lot of memories, but it points to the fact of the value. Those kids that are 5 years old to 18 that have all that energy and all that ambition and need somewhere to go and something to do. And they may not get all the right direction at home, but they come here and they have the leadership, they have people who care, who do outstanding work with them. It is an honor to be here. We participated when the vandalism occurred. We continue to work with the city government, state government, looking at the Jackson Street area, Hedgeville and Browntown, and possibly looking at a building that could offer the kind of activities here, minus the pool and the gym, but the kind of activities for the youth in Hedgeville and Browntown that really matter. Now, I know this whole effort happened when George called me, we read about it, Darius got involved, I got involved, and now the current mayor, the new members of council, Madam President Hanifa Shabazz, and many others on council will now step up to the plate and try to do more to support here, keep it open, productive, and fun for the youth that are here. So it's a real pleasure to be here. I thank George for his leadership. You know, you can't, it's so easy to capture in a few words the good work that he has done for over 25 years. But when you think of the number of buildings, the money that he has raised along with the board in order to make this possible, he indeed, if there is a Hall of Fame for executive directors of the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, George ought to be our nominee, first and foremost. Thank you. God bless and have a great day.
I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Starr from Carper's office. And we have JJ from Coon's office. Let's give them a round of applause. Thanks for coming out supporting us. I'd like to let everybody know this is ongoing efforts from Darius Brown. It's been a pleasure working with Darius, and we talk every week and try to meet once a month. Darius, would you like to say a few words? You sure? Darius keeps telling me, Xanthi, I'm not the council person anymore. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you again. Okay, next I'd like to call on President Hanifa Shabazz, please.
Hello, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to be here to speak on behalf of City Council, and I'm flanked by my fellow councilwomen, Councilwoman Dixon and Councilwoman McCoy. And on behalf of City Council, it's really a pleasure to help celebrate this monumental occasion. H. Fletcher Brown is an outstanding organization, as many of you have already spoken about. But growing up here in the city of Wilmington, this is one of the places that, even though I didn't grow up in this side of town, Wilmington is so small, every side of town is your neighborhood. And it's these places that I frequented in my childhood and had the pleasure of having my grandchildren to attend here. The fact that the city and other organizations and individuals came to the rescue to address this issue so that there is a safe haven for our children, and they can continue the great positive youth programming that they offer here is definitely what being a citizen here in the city of Wilmington is all about. So I'm really proud to be here to acknowledge this the opening of the Fletcher Brown Boys Club with all the new renovations. I know the children and families would truly appreciate coming to a facility that's beautifully adorned, well-maintained, and welcomed by individuals who care for their well-being. So on behalf of the City of Wilmington, it's truly a pleasure to be able to be here for this occasion, and I want to thank former Council Member Darius for always continuing to work for the community and working with everyone to make sure that Wilmington is moving forward. Thank you.
Let me just say, the important message is this. For our community to thrive, we need partners. We need partners who are productive, who have been committed, and we have no more committed partner in the city of Wilmington and the state of Delaware than the Boys Clubs, Girls Clubs. All right. George. I mean, you know, the stories, we don't have enough time to talk about all the wonderful things that you've done. And all I want you to know is that our administration, this mayor, this government, my good friend Bobby Marshall here, all of us with our shoulders to the wheel want to make for just a fabulous partnership to bring to build our city and let it achieve its full potential. So thanks so much for what you do. Sorry I'm late. Honestly, they said 11. I said, oh, I'm on time. So anyway, God bless all of you, and thank you.
Okay, now we're going to all step back and do the ribbon cutting.
Three. Take a lot of practice. Right. Yes,
Get Lenny out of this picture.
Edwina Bell, Community Communications Corporation, here at the ribbon cutting ceremony for the H. Fletcher Brown Boys and Girls Club, and with me is the newly elected Councilwoman at Large, Councilwoman Dixon. Being here today from an at-large perspective, what does this vision entail for you and the city of Wilmington?
So today is more so represents what we want in all parts of the city, right? So we want places for our young people to go to, for them to count on, for them to be able to do something productive, right? And this is part of what we can do, is add to what the Fletcher Brown Boys and Girls Club has been trying to do over decades. And this is just an added bonus to kind of get back to that place of where we were. And also because of where it sits, it's also in an area that has a high recidivism rate, also has high incidence of violence that are in the area as well. But I think this adds a paramount area for our young people to come to and make sure that they are creative and work together and build together and laugh and play as kids would do. And I'm excited to be able to see that the Northeast area has this diamond in the rough that is here for the city of Wilmington.
And how important is it for the council to come together to support each other?
Very. And I think because essentially we are, 7 of us are new, I think this is absolutely paramount that we make sure that we work together. The city has different issues on many different levels, and we have to learn to work with each other and use each other's strengths and build up each other's weaknesses to be able to make sure that we're serving Wilmington the way that we should be.